Hello, I am the Ronan Bowen, and welcome to twitch.tv/Ronan Bowen livestream. On twitch.tv/Ronan Bowen. Oh, hey, Pawn, looks like I picked the right evening to do drugs, says a guy called by. Well, lovely to have you here. We're starting off on the right note. Just as long as I'm, tinkering with things that could threaten my, the solvency of my YouTube and Twitch channels, might as well. Might as well have the first comments in chat be around doing drugs. You didn't say illicit drugs, so it could be caffeine, could be marijuana. It's not illicit. Could be anything. But welcome to a Ronan Pawn Twitch live stream. I'm not going to go into rant or anything like that. Oh no, these are legal, says a guy called by. Good. Good for you. Good for you. Back to KSP, are we? Are we going backwards in time or something? I just enjoyed doing our subscriber goal challenge, and I've got myself a normal mode save, which is why we're going to do a little bit of softcore pawn today. A little bit of softcore pawn. As opposed to hardcore. I'm not interested in the hardcore save there. Doing a little schmuck. When is XCOM Long War going to be up? Let's not talk about Long Wars and XCOM. Big fan of softcore pawns, as I gotta call it. Again, just didn't clear my throat before the stream, did I? So this is the thumbnail for my latest video that I posted on YouTube. It's the latest thumbnail because the first thumbnail was not censored by YouTube as the one that you're currently seeing. Well, this one isn't, and the first one was, is how I mean to say that. Where's all of the things? You. There you go. That's what it looks like. Now. Before now, it looked like, that, let's see, if we just, is it just that? There we go. Whoops! Did I say that? That's what it looked like before. Okay? Now, don't look too long at the breast. It wants to, assault your mind, apparently. But yeah, this is, Janet Jackson's, what are they, the nip slip moment? The Nipplegate? Nipplegate, where Justin Timberlake absolutely intentionally, and it was part of their stage show at the Super Bowl, some years ago, ripped her dress down. So I did this every now and then. I do something crazy like this on YouTube. I had an idea. It goes along with the video's title. It's you know me and playing with clickbait. I like to do it occasionally. And when I say play with clickbait, I mean I like to sort of criticize clickbait by using it. you know, by doing what they do. So yeah, this was, whoops, did I say that? In reference to the fact that, like, the name of the video, the way that I titled it was, Streamer Shouts Profanity While Getting Third Rank in Speedrun, or something like that. Which is, you know, the kind of bullshit clickbait title that you get, you know, in the headlines of your newspapers, as well as on YouTube and everywhere else. But, so that was the thing, because I made a whole bunch of connections in my head. There's a lot of deep things. There's social commentary. It's mainly for the sake of humor. But humor being the most powerful art, it is for the sake of art. And YouTube actually pulled... I've never had this before. I've never, like, uploaded a thumbnail and then had YouTube pull it. But they pulled my thumbnail and left it without a thumbnail, so I did that instead. In order to replace it. Hello, Pika Pup! Janet Jackson tear shit, a bamboozle, a scam, a swindle. 2004, I think, inspired YouTube to be founded. Maybe. Wasn't it such a lovely world when those were like our big scandals and things that we had to concern ourselves with? Wasn't that just a nicer time in the world? Let's go to Streamlabs left. You will note that things are in different positions now, and not thoughtfully in the least, really. That doesn't... It's going to pop up right over chat whenever that comes up. Don't worry about it. It'll make sense when we start playing Kerbal a little bit. Noah with the 5-bit cheer. What's a swindle speed run, fam? What's a swindle speed run? Do you know the swindle? It's right here. The Swindle, that little 2D platformer I did on YouTube some time back. Really enjoyed it. Really like it. You know, it's procedurally generated stuff. Roguelike kind of deal, but with a very clear goal. You know, to me, even though it's a completely different gameplay, it has whiffs of faster than light to it, FTL, in that you start out this roguelike, knowing exactly what you need to do, exactly how long you have to do it, and what you're given seems to be like more than you could possibly need. 100 days, 100 levels you can load in the game in order to get enough money up to go to the final level. And unlocking skills and things along the way. But it's really, really good, and I wanted to play the Swindle again, and so I thought, shoot, I don't know what to put here for a sub-goal, so we'll have the Swindle speedrun, because I'd like to do that. Have you considered KSP speedrun? I have, actually. I have thought about what would it be, what would you do, what would it look like. I realized that, like, that is in no way the part of Kerbal that I find fun, though. You know, like, doing the speedrun would just be a grind for the sake of a grind. What I like about Kerbal is really building. You know, flying the craft is all well and good. When you're flying a plane, it can be very entertaining, very fun, very lovely to do. But when you're flying a spaceship, it's just kind of like, yep, doing all the things that you usually do, make a node, hit the node the way that it's supposed to be hit, click the fast forward me to the next node button. You know, it gets interesting as you go, but I think the most enjoyable part of this game for me is the build time. And so a speed run being like, take as little build time as possible and get it done. Not going to be my kind of a thing. I'm going to Amsterdam on August 5th to own the libs. Oh, you're going to go own the libs. I have no idea what the politics of... When you say, you know, own the libs are what, like, full-on communists or something? What are the libs over there? The Liberal Party in this side of the world is basically, I think, what you guys would call fascists in Europe. And then our fascists are just, you know, what you guys would call Satan, I believe, would be how that is. The corporate right? The libs are the right? They're the right? They're on the Liberal Party are on the right? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a completely different scale. I've been playing KSP loads again last few weeks. Yesterday I had 4 rescue contracts, 2 of which were Kerbin orbit, 2 of which were Moon orbit. Somehow managed to build a craft to rescue all 4 in one go, and I'm still proud of it. Aren't those the best, you know, missions and things? I like a contract mission. That's what I want to do today. Okay? The hardcore pawn, hard mode that we played in, watch as I delete it. It's done. I didn't have, is how I feel about just goodbye. You never happened. Oh no! But I do have this normal mode that I started up and ran to basically the place where we were in hardcore mode, on my own, while I was having fun, and I thought we'd pick up there and enjoy, normal-ish mode. I changed some things. I would have changed more had I a better idea what to change, but, you know, that's why you pay game designers to design the game and not rely exclusively on the players to be able to config everything the way that they want, because you know the game better, hopefully, than your player base would. The libs want an unconstitutional mask law. Okay, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do, Jim. We're just gonna go ahead and, where's that timeout? We're just gonna time you out and just say, don't bring up masks, Jim. Don't bring up masks and unconstitutional concepts. I don't know what's constitutional in your part of the world and whatnot, but we got people dying left and right over here. We got major issues. Let's just not bring up the idea that asking people to put a mask on for the health of not only, you know, the people themselves, but the world would be unconstitutional, like it fucking matters in the face of a global pandemic, you know, if it's a serious kind of a thing. And, you know, there's a lot that could be said on that topic. I've said it before. Let's not do it today. Good moment is also when you switch to a craft and the probe core blows up because it somehow was subjected to infinity over 50 Gs. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Pwimkit? What's that all about? So, what I want to do, what I'd like to do, and normal mode is a great place to do the things that you want to do. Because, you know, you got money. God, they throw the fucking money at you. Let's go to the mission control. Let's see what they actually have for me today. Plant a flag on the moon. I've surely already done that. Let's see what I have done in this save. Get you guys caught up to date with what I've done. I tested a thumper. I science dated from the surface of the moon. From space to the moon. I orbited Kerbin. I launched a vessel. I hauled a parachute. I gathered some scientific data from Kerbin. I ferried 2 tourists safely to their destination and back. I believe their destination was just suborbital. We've explored the moon, done a flyby, we've escaped the atmosphere, we've conducted temperature surveys twice on the moon. Those are the missions I've done. I wonder if I haven't actually landed on the moon. I may have said fuck the moon and not done it. Plant a flag on the moon? We've got 7 contracts we could hold, and observational surveys of the moon. Plant a flag on the moon. Apparently I was planning a moon venture at some point in our future, but I'm far more interested today. A new orbital station, sandstone, fucking sandstone, tremendous. Observational surveys of the moon. What do we have for observational surveys of the moon? They're below, and then you, which would be below. You know, while you're there doing it, might as well get all the money that you can for it. I'll take another one of those when we get there. But I don't want to fuck with the moon today. Probably don't want to. Rescue Barfree from orbit of the moon. What do these 3 tourists want to do? They want to orbit the moon. And one of them wants to land on the moon. Froven, go fuck yourself, buddy. You want to land on the moon? Well, we're not going to do that today. I wanted to do tourists, though. We could just leave Froven. We'll take Froven along when we go on our moon landing. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like that. But we'll just plan to orbit the moon with tourists. Yeah. Well, saving a Kerbal from in orbit of the moon with tourists. Huh? How you doing? No cluster truck today? How you doing, Pod? Hey, the light guy 89. Nope, we're gonna bounce back and forth. We're gonna cluster in KSP. It seems like a good balance for me as a human being. Too much Kerbal makes me hate the game. Too much cluster truck doesn't make me hate the game, but you know, it turns into a grind. It's a speed run, so back and forth. Tourist rescue? Hell yeah, I love the idea. And the reason I love the idea, I hope I've got like what I need in terms of science points and technology to do this, but what I'd really love to do is make an SSTO. First time I'll have built a plane in KSP in years. I haven't built a plane. And I'm going to go straight to try to make a you know, something surface to orbit. This is to orbit. A plane that flies this. What does SSTO stand for? I'm sure I knew at one point, but I cannot remember now. So if we're going to make an SSTO, what have we got here in terms of, well, let's look at heavier rocketry. Like, what kind of engines do I have presently for flying planes and whatnot? Would it have come in aviation? We've got the Juno, sure. If I go to aerodynamics and then advanced aerodynamics, does that get me? I mean, it would give me a lot of plane parts anyway, but aerodynamics, do you have an engine in there? The turbo shaft and the Weasley, both of those will be necessary, so give me that. And then over here, turboshaft engine that mounts vertically or something? I don't know what that is, but it looks like it does something. Is that for just lift, for, you know, jump jets? What the hell is that about? Is this your normal files? It's like, it is my normal file. I'll show you some things too before we get too far in here. Planes in KSP are always fun, especially single stage to orbit. Single stage to orbit. It probably won't be a single stage. I don't know that I've got the tech, really. It's the top part of a helicopter. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Supersonic flight would get us the Panther and other things. It costs 160, and it's normal mode, so I can spend it. Give me all the plane things. Give me advanced aerodynamics, all kinds of crap. Give me... What's under here? Advanced landing. Ooh. Having landing gear that folds in would be pretty cool. There's a light-duty rotor. Pretty kind of important. Air brakes, canards, wings. Like, I don't need anything from here, necessarily. Propeller blades, I don't want to... Having the Elevon, the better Elevon, probably be helpful, but I mean, surely you'll have given me some usable Elevons. I was advanced landing. I want the medium landing gear. Do I need medium landing? Do you give me other kinds of landing gear that does the clay? Yeah, I've got the small landing gear. Yeah, fuck it. Get the advanced aerodynamics. Sounds more like something you'd need. Now we can't afford anything except for this. Might as well have it, whatever it is. The science flows like beer. Isn't necessarily a plane, though. Yeah, that's right. Doesn't have to be a plane, but I want to build us a plane that has multiple seats for Kerbals, and we could pick a whole bunch up. So, before we get into all that, friends, do I have in orbit the probe? Because I made the probe, and I did a mission with the probe. And then I decided to launch one and have it up here because it's so goddamn cool. I've showed it before on an earlier stream, but I want to show it again because it's I guess it's our dump truck from the hardcore mode, because it has, you know, it functions in that way as well. Can you take me to a place where, you know, there'd be light and shit? Warp me here, if you don't mind. If you don't mind terribly. And now you see why things are in the positions that they are. Potentially, anyway. There's some light. There's some light for us. So this is the probe. Just staying you up in a way that we can look at you. Yeah. Yeah, check out the probe. It's fucking cool, is what it is. It's got down here, we got the claw, little baby claw, and there's a light embedded in there. You can't, it shouldn't be shining on the, so you shouldn't be able to see it down there. You used to, too. But there's a claw in there, it's got the good probe on it, it's got all the sciences that I wanted to, you know, that I could be bothered to bring up with it. And, you may note, spin it around to the light, you may note that it's got some robotics on it, down here for the docking ports, because of the way that it came up. So what I'm going to do is 8 should retract our solar panels. Yes. I drop by every now and again. You and I know I need to get into, like, working on the bot here. I just haven't had the time. You know, my internet was up and down for the past 2 days. The reason we're starting so late today is my internet just came back up. I haven't watched a Pawn stream in ages. Hello, Cavoodle. Is that true? I feel like you were here not that long ago. And Cammy Hale, I think, yes. But so, my robotics, if I've got them set up correctly, would do this. Yeah, takes a minute to kick in. That is how it came up. And sadly, some of my my programming doesn't work, but it's the game. Like, I can't get it to work. I think the game's kind of broken. But that's how it came up. All of this was underneath the fairing, and then when we got up, we cannot lock the robotic part servo is moving. Yeah, but it wasn't, is the thing. And then you'll say it again, and then we deployed the solar panels. Yeah, baby, which means that I gotta go in here and lock these manually. Lock you. Did you lock? It's weird because some of them, like, do obey, and so, no, you didn't lock either. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I don't understand what I'd have to do. But, yes, it does have the ability to be refueled, and you will also note that it has 2,048 meters per second and delta V on it, having been brought to orbit and left here. So it's got a lot of DV to do things around Kerbin, including being able to deorbit trash, if we ever accumulated any trash in the save file. Very happy with, proud of that one, very happy. Take us back to the Space Center, because what I want to do today is build us a space plane that can carry tourists up and can come back and land. Wondering if you got to COVID, but not worried enough to check Twitter or any other social media about it. I don't think I'd announce on Twitter anyway. But, no, we did do shopping yesterday, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what you want to do. What are the missions that I just took here? We got a whole bunch of moon stuff, but what I grabbed was 3 tourists. So right now we've got 2 tourists that want to just orbit the moon. No, 2 of them want to land on the moon. One of them wants to orbit, one of them wants to, one of them is just stranded, you can't see underneath. I keep moving things around. I don't know what you... Just take my word for it. One of them wants to orbit, and we've got one guy who's stranded. So the idea would be we could just build this to be a 2-seater. We'll see how big we build. So I'm gonna need to unlock some, shit here. Actually, utilities, we're gonna want the crew cabin. Do we have a pilot flying it and then 2 seats? Yes. Yes? Yes. So the lowest weight cockpit is the inline. Well, let's start with an inline cockpit then. So we'll have the inline cockpit. Yeah, this is gonna be weird. This is the first time building in the spaceplane hangar in a while for me. But so we've got that. How do you want to do this? It's all about weight with planes and whatnot, where the mass is going to end up. I know that I'm going to want seating for 2, so let's have seating for 2. It'll maybe get moved somewhere else in the long hole there. If I were to go to, let's see, filter by resource, and then tell you that I just want liquid fuel, it's going to show me liquid fuel and oxidizer. So that's not help. Intake air? Those are just intake air. Cavoodle with the subscription, 23 months, just so happen to have this conveniently free sub hanging around, so here you go. Thank you, Cavoodle, 23 months. Runpawn, assuming you don't run the same mods as years back, might it be time to update the document behind the KSP mods command? Yeah, I'm thinking of getting, Kerbal Alarm Clock. Yes, I meant to install that too. Alright, well, fuck it. I'll just find the things that carry LFO, I guess. I mean, here's liquid fuel in the small one, and then it will look similar, yes, in the medium. So there's that. And a bit of liquid fuel for us. It's gonna be an interesting kind of a thing. It's been so long. It's been so long since I built anything like this. Recollapse those for me, if you don't mind. So, I don't know, give me some wings to start with. I don't even know where to start with. Oh my god, you unlock 2 tiers of plane parts, you get just a million things. Give me the small nose cone, don't worry about those. Small circular intake, yeah, I imagine that. Radial, possibly wanting. We're sorted by mass right now, okay. Give me this. Don't worry about propellers. Ducted fan blade. Don't worry about that. The proper size circular intake. The Elevon 4. That's going to get used. Air brakes. Sure. Maybe. Small delta wing. Absolutely. I'm just right-clicking and buying into things. I made this normal mode where you have to buy into stuff. because, you know, I like that as a facet, especially to balance how much goddamn money they give you in normal mode. I'll buy into all the Elevons, so I got all the options there. Standard Canard, sure. It's costing me money to unlock all this stuff, but the hell, man. What the hell, you know? Buy me in. Swept Wing, yeah. Protective Rocket Nose Cone, not until I think I need you. An Engine Nacelle, I remember using those a lot when I built planes. Protective Rocket Nose Cone, don't imagine it. The Tail Connector, and B, yes. And then the Wing Connector Type A and Type B, alright. I've bought into all the things that I expect to want to have at hand, starting simply give me the largest of these on both sides with some snapping off of the part that's got the fuel in it. For now, anyway. We should start just by building a plane. Yeah, I'm jumping way in, like way in really quickly. We should start just by building a plane. Don't worry about that, Pawn. Let's just make a plane, have a little bit of fun. You're in no hurry, aren't you? Aren't you not? Probably, maybe not. The corner pieces, structural wing type D, put you on, like there, make it look a little bit more like a plane, grab it like that, no snapping, pull it back to where the lines look good. The lines never look good, Pawn. It's Kerbal Space Program, you're always fighting to make something look like it should be. But yeah, that's a lot of wing for a small, I can't, okay, so that's up and down, this is zoom in and out. I feel so weird in the spaceplane hangar. Let me tell you. Can I tell you about it? Let me tell you about it. I feel weird in the spaceplane hangar. These are probably going to end up going on something further back. Yeah, where's the... Let's go straight to the fucking tail. Just one of you. I don't think I want it to be that small, but, you know, it's a thing. So you get the tail on there, and then you want, you know, what was that thing that I unlocked that I just bought into that I was like, oh, remember about that, Pawn. What the fuck? It was, well, there's just a tail fin. You could just have tail fins. Okay. Let's have, no, just one. Snapped.
Sneeze? Sneeze? Am I gonna sneeze?
Ah, damn it. It didn't let me sneeze. God fucking balls. It's so weird. It's so weird being in the space plane. And then with some canards. Canards, maybe? A pair of them? Do canards have, like, where were the canards? Canards. You have control surfaces. You are control surfaces. 100% control surfaces. Well, that's what I wanted then. That is what oh, God, I'm clicking all of the trying to get things to just move where you want them. I did put 2 on it, didn't I? Yes, you did. Alright, so then snapping off, pull you up, pull you back, and then merge in where you don't look stupid. Pull you back even further? Sure. Sure, so they'll give us lift, you know, control authority from the back. We'll want some on the fronts as well. How about some control, yeah, the ones that are nice and tight. Nice and tight, you know? Snapping. So is this really a thing, or am I in some kind of weird mode here that snapping with the elevons starts the elevons off in the wrong position? Still. Go over here, and then to you, and, down to the bottom of you. Snap it, Jesus Christ, snapping on elevons. Snapping on elevons, starts in the incorrect position. Which is, you know, it's an annoyance for you if you know what you're doing. If you have no idea and you've been playing KSP for a while, but you never built a plane before, you just come in here to figure it out without watching a fucking video the first time. You grab this part, you don't even necessarily know what it is. What's an elevon? People don't know that. It's not like common fucking knowledge, and it does that, and you're like, oh, okay, so I guess the way I'm supposed to put it on is, you know? Like, you're teaching the wrong thing, or nothing in particular there. If I put it on, so if I snap it to the top, I get the right kind of snapping, but that's not how it should. Alright, just, fucking pick a direction, find one that works. There we go, we found it. Thank you. Thank you very much. This game. The further out that I put them, the more, you know, they'll do for us in a roll, anyway. So, center of mass to center of lift. Oh, it's not that far off. That would actually fly. Center of lift is behind the center of mass, a little bit more than maybe you want it to be. That would do a thing. It'd be better if it were like way the fuck up here, in fact. Be weird. But you know, I'm weird. We're all weird. Hello, Pony. I see you there, and abolish the Senate bot as well. Yes, I'm okay. This is a weird looking plane, but I like it. I don't not like it. We're gonna need, you know, probably some means of propulsion? Maybe? So, give me these, and we'll have 2 of the little liquid fuel tanks. Are you snapping? Snap me. And these are also in the wrong snapping position for the... It's... fine is what it's fine is what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, wow, how fine that is. It's not a big deal that at 1.10 we're still here. It's not even a giant fucking wow. Do you ever play your game kind of a moment? It's not. It's not even that. Small circular intake? Hey, there you go. Then we got those going on, and then what if we had some means of propelling this craft forward? Which I imagine would be under engines then, wouldn't it? So the smallest of the jet engines would be the Juno. Pair of Junos. Juno. So I've pulled the center of mass forward by putting those where I did. Let's move them back. You know, think of it in terms of exhaust, I guess, is how we'll choose to do this. 2 little Junos to move this much plane? See why not. It could work. If I pull... No. That's not what I wanted. Alright, I'll have you like that because you look good from the angle I happen to be looking at right now. If I move you around like that, like, you'd be best there. Ugh! I'd love to put something on the front of these that made these wings look less like they're just a wall into the air, though. Do we have, like, a really long... Alright, that's the wrong type, though. Type B... wing strake. With snapping. And then if I can do something to try and make it so that these pieces actually look like they might, you know, go with one another. Wouldn't that be nifty? It's not gonna happen, is it? It doesn't look like it's gonna happen there. Well... it's fine. It's fine. So maybe let's just move you in a little bit. Move you in a little bit so you have one less like that, and then it doesn't because of those. If I pull you out anymore, then we get the weird. So just pick your poison. Which way do you want it to look bad? Because it's gonna look bad. Which way do you want it to look bad? If I did that, and then you came out. Yeah. These plane parts, too, they're just so... what they should be, aren't they? Alright, well, that doesn't, no. It doesn't, no. Do I have any other solution to that? Something that would look good. Wing type D. What do you got? Huh? What do you do for me? Anything? No? Probably not. Make some weird stuff happen here. Put you on there. That looks interesting, I guess. Like, I could use the word interesting to describe how that looks. And is that the same as this one? It is. Okay. Curious. If I moved you forward any, then... Nah. Alright, so in terms of, like, what else does a plane need to fly? I don't remember. I don't know. It's gonna want, like, a tip on it would be good, probably. You're gonna be a bit small, I think. With the tip, though. Advanced nose cone type A? Oh, and that pulls the weight, like, right up perfectly in line, which is not actually desirable if I move you back just a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I move you back a fair whack, actually. Then you might actually look good, too. Embed these wings a little bit more. Ooh. Ooh. I think we got ourselves a plane. I think we got ourselves a plane, people. Planes do like to have wheels, though. Let's give it some landing gear. So what's the best way to land? 2 in the front, 1 in the back, right? 2 in the front, 1 in the back. 1 in the back mainly to keep your tail from bouncing off the tarmac, if I recall correctly. Huh? Yeah, except for, you know, you gotta be somewhere, if I do it like that, then I can slide it along without snapping. Gotta be somewhere where you're actually gonna function for this. And the closer that I get it up, the easier it'll be to, like, tilt us back.